Muhammad Mokaev. Now, if he's had a public defender, I haven't seen it. It's only been me. And there might be. Maybe somebody came out and defended Mokaev. I'm sharing with you, I didn't see it. It's only been me. And he just seemed like a fine young man. He seemed like a handsome enough guy, and he certainly got the skills, and he has this undefeated record, and things weren't really being handed to him. He was taking some really hard fights. I had no problem with his style. I saw him pushing and persevering through everything, right? It's very difficult for me to explain to you, and you're not going to get any sympathy for it, but it is a bit of a sympathetic position. To be in a sport as difficult, in terms of the livelihood, just in terms of lifestyle, a sport as difficult as MMA, and your number one reward, contrary to common belief, is not fame and it is not fortune. Your number one reward is being told, good job. The things that you are willing to do to get that pat on the back. It is quite literally what drives and keeps sport alive, particularly considering less than 0.1% of the population ever ends up making a profession at it. So when I'm watching Mokaev going out and he's doing these things and he's being told your style's boring, I'm just sharing with you, I was inclined to be sympathetic and come and defend him. And then he ends up getting released after being demoted. And we're never told why. It's never brought to any of our attentions fully why. But we got a very broad stroke that behind the scenes, he was difficult for one department. You got your marketing, your production, your PR, you got all sorts of departments at the UFC, and specifically matchmaking difficulty with this gentleman. Okay. I'm giving you the backstory because I was sitting in this very chair less than 40 days ago, pleading for whoever would listen to give the young man another shot. This is off the top of my head, but I want to say it was 14-0. And again, off the top of my head, I want to say he's 23 years old. And I had a hard time believing that he was fully difficult. I just had a hard time. I know somebody in his position that is not fighting for championships is largely not speaking to the matchmakers. He's having somebody else do it on his behalf. He likely couldn't produce the matchmakers' names. He definitely could not produce their phone numbers, and I don't think he could get them to answer considering he doesn't even speak English. I mean, this is my opinion. I don't know any of these things. This is what I think. So I asked for forgiveness. I'm trying to get him his job back. Okay, great. Well, here I am today. They need to fire him. I have rarely seen things as stupid and unloyal as I saw today. So, Muhammad Mokaev allegedly signs with the Brave organization. Now, Brave puts on some fantastic shows and has very good talent, but nothing within this sport has anything to do with really good shows and good talent. It's just pretended to you guys because you're dumb. No offense, but it just gets presented to you that way. So, right, you have conflict and you have conflict resolution. And there's only one word that keeps lights on, which is anticipation. It does not matter how great a fight is. It doesn't matter how great the fighters are. It doesn't matter if they like each other or they hate each other. It doesn't matter if their mothers treated them well or their mothers abandoned them. If you don't anticipate it, so you can buy it ahead of time, there's no business. And I'm only sharing this for you because I can't talk more simple. I don't know how. So, Muhammad Mokaev allegedly gets picked up by the Brave organization. Now, you get one crack at it, okay? You get one crack to say something meaningful. And on the scale of Muhammad Mokaev to Austin 316, all right, this is as bad as it gets, which is I signed with Brave for 3 times the money the UFC paid me, and I'm hoping to find my way back to the UFC. Now, it's at that point when you're the Brave or the CEO, when you got a guy that came out and he did a press release. Now, I haven't heard of anything from the Brave organization since Chimaev left, and that was in 2006. And by the way, I'm cronies with the CEO. With that said, he hasn't texted me. He hasn't called. I haven't heard anything. He's doing his life. I'm living mine. This was a massive opportunity. I don't know where to find Brave. I trust that it's online. I wouldn't be stunned to find out it's on a streaming app. I'm just sharing for you. It's not in the magazines. It's not on the .coms here in North America. I live within this space, and I have not seen a headline on Brave since Chimaev left. This is not an exaggeration. So Mokaev somehow sucks some media attention from somebody. Some favorite gets called in to get this guy airtime in the first place, of which he promptly says that his new employer paid triple market value. Okay, if King of the Cage and Gladiator Challenge, right, if they're not at the table, if Pride and Ryzen and Bellator, if they're not at the table, nobody makes more. It would defy the laws of economics. There has to be a competitor. Nobody can get a raise without it. Okay, great. Now, I don't care if he's giving us accurate information. I couldn't possibly care less. He's not under oath. I'm not owed anything, including the truth, but I am owed entertainment. So, he's claiming that the CEO of Brave, who is a crony of mine, I could call him right now, is paying 300% what they need to pay. And he doesn't want to be there anyway. All in one statement. The first statement I have personally heard on Brave does not produce a who, a what, a when, a where, or a why. I still don't know who he's fighting against. I'm not positive his name is Muhammad Mokaev. I'm really close. I'm not positive. I have no idea who his opponent's going to be. I have no idea when they're fighting a date. I have no idea how to find the fight. I have no idea what arena it is. If I'm going to be visiting Bahrain and I would like to take in a show, I don't know where it is. He didn't tell me who, what, when, why, or where. All he said is he got somebody to pay him 3 times more than he needed to be paid to do a job, and he doesn't want to be here anyway. He wants to go back to the guys that already broke up with him and apparently pay him 1/3 of his value. I was all for hiring the guy. I was all for forgiving him 45 days ago. Today, I'm the CEO of Brave. I come out with a new press conference, which would represent the second headline that Brave has got in North America in 5 years. And I would cut him.